You may have heard about getting small business loans from Kabbage and that they have very specific requirements. But have you considered getting a food truck loan from Kabbage? If you run a food truck business and you're thinking about getting a loan from an alternative lending source, you should know that Kabbage can help your business in a very unique way. You see, the riskiest phase of a startup business is the starting up. Without a doubt, the biggest challenges come at the beginning, especially around the decision of when and how to get funding. Borrowing the right amount is always a challenge. You want to be able to borrow enough to purchase the things you need or hire the right help, but not so much that you are overburdened with debt. A small business line of credit might be just the right solution for a food truck business that needs to purchase inventory occasionally. Now, if you've been in business for a while and you're bringing in strong revenue, well, you have lots of options. But if you're just starting out or have low monthly revenues, then you might struggle to find a willing lender. Not all banks or alternative lenders will lend to such businesses. However, Kabbage isn't like other lenders. Kabbage has unique strengths that food truck owners can benefit from. In particular, Kabbage has 4 strengths. The first is that they do not require high revenue numbers from your business. The second, they have a straightforward application process. The third is that they have very competitive rates. And lastly, they have no prepayment penalty for their loans. Let's look at that first item. Many alternative lenders will require that you're bringing in $10,000 or even $20,000 a month in revenue as a minimum. By contrast, Kabbage requires only $3,000 a month in revenues. That's a huge difference for a food truck business that is just starting out. This lower revenue requirement improves your chances of getting funding even if you haven't been running your food truck business for very long. Here's some information about the terms and fees for the kinds of loans you can get from Kabbage. Kabbage loan terms are either 6, 12, or 18 months for startup business loans. 6-month term fees range from 2 to 9%. 12-month term fees range from 7.5% to 18%. And 18-month term fees range from 15.75% to 27%. Now, in the current interest rate environment, you're probably never going to see a 2% loan. So just expect that Kabbage's offerings are going to come in towards the higher end of that spectrum. In fact, one of the weaknesses of working with Kabbage is that their process makes it difficult to know what your interest rate is going to be until after you complete the loan application. That's because Kabbage looks at a lot of different factors about your business. And so Kabbage can't give very specific information until they get a lot of specific information from you. The folks at Kabbage will tell you that not all loans are available to all businesses. Depending on how well your business is doing, you might find more options available to you. Kabbage also requires a personal guarantee for all your loans. That means that if your business fails, you personally are still on the hook for the loan. Now, most small businesses are run by people who are hardworking, people with integrity, and the need to personally guarantee the loan isn't going to be a big deal. If that sounds like you, then you might find that working with the people at Kabbage is a breeze. They don't charge prepayment penalties, and they have loan amounts that range anywhere from $2,000 up to $250,000. And last of all, a minimum credit score of 640 is required. If you meet these requirements and you have a food truck business, you might want to check out getting a business line of credit with Kabbage. I think you'll find it's an opportunity worth considering.